we did. We chose to be homeless to avoid becoming homeless. So I wanted to talk to you guys about why we decided to choose this lifestyle over living in California, renting an apartment. And we were doing that forever. And 2017 was the end of my gravy train, working at studios and making six-figure incomes and having side gigs, and everything was gravy. But then I was able to pay off all my student loans and debts, credit cards, car payments, everything got paid off, and we were at zero. So when you're at zero, you're pretty much richer than a lot of Americans, because Americans are so into debt up to their necks that it would take a lot of money to get to zero for them. So when you're at zero, you're pretty much above anybody that's in the negative. And we were at that until the pandemic. And when the pandemic hit is when all businesses started going down, including mine. And I was in the business of art, and art is probably the first thing that's going to be X'd out of somebody's budget when you need to buy essentials. So anyways, fast forward to 2021, and I bought the van. And this van was going to be like a weekend warrior van, bug out van type thing. And so I started building it out, and slowly started thinking about possibly living in it full time because of the debts we started accumulating, because everything was becoming unaffordable. And we started accumulating debt again, and this debt was just groceries. So that's a stupid debt to have, but because of rent, here we are, back in debt. It's not crazy, but it's stupid. It's stupid debt, groceries debt. So yesterday, because of living in a van, we were able to save our money, and not, by not paying rent. So I was able to pay off a credit card in full, and that's just one of a few credit cards that is going to be paid off. But at this rate, I plan to be out of debt again by December of this year, 2023, so we can start 2024 at zero, and then from there start saving up. Well, we are saving, but just accumulate the savings so that we don't have to pay credit card debt every month and the interest on it, because that's just stupid. And when you think about it, rent is a debt every month that you have to pay, and you never end up owning it. So one of the biggest money pits for us was rent, and it's mainly the biggest reason why we came out of the city to live in a van. That's one of the reasons why we did this. And we also decided to move into the van to avoid being homeless, if that makes sense. If you think about a controlled burn, that's when they burn parts of the forest so that wildfires don't happen That's kind of like what we did. We chose to be homeless to avoid becoming homeless. So I don't know if that makes sense, but we could have been living in a tent under the 405 freeway. Let's just say that type of homeless compared to me having time to prep the van to live in. So I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, we chose to be homeless to avoid being homeless. But we're 10 months in now, 1 credit card down. We got 2 or 3 more to go. And yeah, this time we're being really careful about where the money goes, because it's not about what you make, it's how you spend it and how you invest it and how you save it. So the plan was, again, get land, but we're in no hurry right now. I was just watching a video of a place that we were living nearby, where we were living in LA, on Jefferson Boulevard, where you can drive and you see tents. Not tents. You'll see RVs parked along like a stretch of the road there, like a mile long. It's all RVs, and in the last couple of weeks they started doing cleanup, and people had been living there for like 6 years, and they just started doing cleanup, and they got nowhere to go. They have nowhere to park, and this is LA. There's no solutions. The solution is bring the cost of living down, bring the cost of rent down, but that's not going to happen. And they're trying to, say that they're giving people housing or whatnot, putting them up in hotels, but some of these people don't want that. And now these people don't know where to go. Some of their RVs are being towed, and when your RV gets towed, everything in there is in there. Your life is in there. So yeah, I've been thinking about all of the other states like Oregon and Washington, all the West Coast, people living in their RVs, where are they going to go? Because all the parking enforcement are starting to push everybody out, because the people living in the neighborhoods, the homeowners, do not want to see RVs parked anywhere near their homes. So what's going to happen? Quartzsite, you thought it was crowded for the RTR. I think this year it's going to be crowded with all the people from California getting kicked out, and Washington getting kicked out, and Oregon getting kicked out. There's nowhere to go for these RVs, and there may be, I'm going to forecast, maybe Quartzsite is going to be way overcrowded this year because of all of the people getting displaced. So that's probably a reason for us maybe not to head down there this year. And with all of the immigration stuff happening too, there was some murmurs about putting the migrants in the national parks and forests. So this right here could end up being full of tents with migrants in the next 6 months to a year. So now what? We need peaceful solutions. So yeah, that was just some stuff on my mind this morning that I just thought I would rant about. So yeah, living in a van, it's homelessness, but a controlled homelessness. And yeah, we're just gonna stack the chips, and we'll see where God takes it. Peace wees. Don't forget to like, subscribe, watch my other videos, leave a comment, helps the channel. Peace wees.